Hi everybody, it's Jason Wampler, your host. Another episode of the Wampler Engineering Minute coming your way. Hey, you know what? The lighting isn't that bad, but the physical appearance of the host is. No amount of makeup can improve these looks, like painting a barn. Might as well take my glasses off. I can't see how horrible I look. Put them in my handy-dandy pocket. Because shirts need to have handy-dandy pockets. I want to show you what I've decided to task this particular unit for. First and foremost, I want to try and get a gray cover for this particular round gang right here. What I will do is probably cut a rectangular recess in the round gang cover here, but if I get frustrated and I don't have the finesse, the time, or the patience, I'm just going to cut a hole in it like I did with the other one, the old flexible boom grinding tool that I'd custom made. And if you refer back to the episode of the Rocket Minute, when I modified that tool, I think I did a couple episodes on the modification of that tool. I was apologizing profusely because it wasn't about rockets, it was about tools, but I was really enjoying myself. So I may just revert to doing that on this, but you know, getting a little spot on and maybe covering it up with some colored graphics tape so you didn't see what you did, and it turns out with a professional look. Maybe I'll do that. It all depends on how much time I want to spend on this tool. The running capacitor is overkill. That's a running capacitor for a microwave of all the gosh darndest things. And whatever reason, not twice, not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row, I grew wires going to the positive and negative side of this running capacitor too short. So I want to correct that. I want to create a gray heavy-duty outdoor-indoor switch and make that change as soon as possible. So gray switch with cover. Hey, you know, guys, let me show you. For example, this is a low speed, low torque, constant duty fan motor right here, and we'll get to what I'm purposing this for in a minute. You notice it has 4 wires. It has, of course, it has the brown, the white, the black being live, white being neutral, brown being ground instead of green, as opposed to, if they got close to the United States with these things, they'd have at least a green stripe on it. But it has this little red wire. That little red wire is interesting. That steps up the voltage to the fan much higher. And then, of course, at that ultra higher speed, with the red wire connecting with the field windings of the motor and generating a stronger magnetic field, stronger current, stronger magnetic field, and turning the rotor faster. It's like a bully. It pushes people around. But this is controlled by this is high speed. This is the black and the ground and the neutral are just normal lowest speed possible. This red one, I believe, steps up to the highest speed possible. But there are a couple of there's at least 1 or 2 intermediate step down fuses with capacitors in them that will step the motor's output voltage, the AC output voltage, the output voltage onto the motor. It'll stop it, then distracts to slow it down. The reason I'm mentioning that is what this originally came out of was a standing box fan that rotated on its head. And you look at it, and you know, throw these guys out, and you know, I don't know what was wrong with the fan, but the motors don't usually go bad. It's just bearings and pieces of plates of metal, no magnets. So I don't understand what could go bad, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But the point is, this motor, hi, good evening. This motor can wind at, I didn't even say hi. This motor can wind at 3 different speeds: low, medium, or high. So the low speed is basically the neutral, the neutral, the live, and the ground hooked up together. That's going to give you your lowest speed. Your highest speed, like I said, I can imagine, is everything, including the red hopping up the output, the cradle output, which be 220 volts and step it up to 220 volts. So the microprocessor somewhere on this fan has to have the capacity to do that and fish out those, you know, and get other missing parts too. But that would, how do I say it? That would step up the voltage to this red wire to 220 volts. That'll give you your highest speed. Well, in the meantime, either it would stand out of the way and not bully other people around as much, or you might have a couple of gates and capacitors / resistors on a microprocessor, or just one to give you that middle speed. So you got the low speed, which is normal speed without the second phase. You got the medium speed, which is the red wire, second phase, 220, inhibited by a AC motor speed controller. Just keep it simple. And then you got the third highest speed, which is no AC motor speed control, just straight juice to the red wire. So, and that's why too, if you ever notice with electronic tools, I kind of now I'm trying to etch my face in this picture. I think it's important you guys see where the information is coming from. If it's coming from a disembodied voice, I swear to God, it can be from a tape recorder with Stephen Hawking, you know, getting a speech impediment filter, or it could be Jordan Peterson. Who knows? I'm not that good looking either. But anyway, oh boy, hold on. I got a little something in the motor here. What was that? A little splatter, a little bit. But that's why, if you'll notice, if you ever have a tool with a variable speed motor, like a variable speed drill, but you can select them between 1, 2, 3, and 4, and if you ever notice that if the electronics go out, the microprocessor goes out, it goes into default. You either have the lowest speed or you have the highest speed. You don't have any of the speeds in the middle. Well, the highest speed is attained when all these wires are hooked up and there's nothing inhibiting the free flow of 220 volt electricity through that step-up coil, which is a piece of metal that rarely go bad, plus your regular live, ground, and neutral. Because it doesn't require solid state, sophisticated, delicate electronics. And of course, the lowest speed doesn't either. Again, you need live, you need ground, you need neutral. You don't need the microprocessors. You just need the microprocessor pad for controlling the highest output for medium speed. If something happens to that, that's it. You lose the whistles and bells on the fan. You end up sending the thing on the side of the road. Hopefully somebody will pick it up like me. But I don't want the fan. I want the motor. Now, here's the tricky part. Here's stuff that I don't know, that I've got to figure out. Number one, nobody in the world makes left-handed nuts, or left-handed barrel nuts, or left-handed screws, or anything like that. If they do, it says left-handed. They're a novelty. They get invited onto Jimmy Kimmel Live. They talk about their lives. And you know, the lives of ostracism. That it's very hard for left-handed fasteners to have any friends or family because people don't understand where they're coming from. But the geniuses, they wanted to have, of all the gall darndest things, they wanted to have a peg post go through a hole in the output shaft, make it nearly 5 inches long to extend through a large garish nose decoration on the fan you don't need. And they had it run in a fan. Now, this is a continuous duty motor, but the fan is not. I have to say it, there's some stuff that isn't continuous duty. But the point being, these guys, they made a decision. They instead of going with the rest of the world, where I could have put a 16 by 1.0 threaded coupling right here, I could have been done with this. And I'll tell you what I could have been done with. But if you could see the slight slant as I'm looking from the top to bottom, right to left, the top lines are slanted towards the out, which is odd. It doesn't trick the eye, but it makes the eye look at it and go, what the hell? And then you go to run a left-hand nut on, and guess what? You're tightening something down. You're doing it in the opposite direction. Lefty, loosey, tighty-whitey. Don't feel left out. Come right in. So, oops. I'm sorry. At least it bounced off me and nothing else. I don't want to bend the shafts. God forbid. Yeah, I'm going to end up, you know, guys, it doesn't matter. I'm going to end up cutting off the shaft. Now, what is it that Jason wants to do with this extra motor? And why does he want to couple it with a pre-existing running motor? The damn thing nearly killed him several times. Why does he want to fire around with some more? I'll tell you why. I'm not going to complain about left-handed threads anymore. I'm just going to say it is what it is, and I'll show you a working theory, or I'll show you a demonstration of how to, drum roll please, convert left-handed threads to right-handed threads, which I think I'm going to have to do fairly soon. Maybe tonight, maybe not tonight, I don't know, because I've got to beat the clock and get a haircut because my hair has another identity crisis. It doesn't know what to do with itself. And it's starting to rub off on my thinking, my attitude too. You know, bad hair days, bad association, etc., etc. Okay, so what does the silly goose want to do? Well, I wanted right-handed threads on this because they look like 6.0, 1.25 pitch, or even 1.5 pitch. My goodness, I could go over the barrel nuts of this, and I could just ream the darn things out. You know, 2.0, 6mm shank plus 0.50 pitch on the thread. There's some kind of weird nomenclature and name to it, and you know, the world is not fair. Let me just, instead of waxing philosophical and sounding very strange, these should have right-handed frames because I could have just twisted and lined up the shaft, and I don't give a good gosh darn if nobody has left-handed studs, which are 6mm with a 1.0 pitch on thread, or 1.5 or 1.75, which would be really coarse on an only 6mm shaft. So let's say, for the sake of argument, and right now, we're going to argue because the left-handed thread, there's no amount talking about this crap that's going to make it right-handed. So what have I done, or what have I seen I'm going to have to do? Guys, I got one of two choices. I'm simply going to have to, I'm going to have to run a tap over this threaded shank and convert it to, and convert it to a right-handed thread. Now, when I booger up the the tracks like that, you understand, you know, there's no going back. Once you cinch something down at one time, and that's it. Okay, you know, you can only go over something so much. The reason this is so serious, I know that deviant septum on this output shaft, I got really upset. You see that there's just not much material to work with. The material is kind of soft to begin with. I am discouraged. However, I'm going to try something right now. Damn the torpedoes. I think I need to try something right now because it would make me so happy if it actually worked. I don't think it will, but let's try. Nice of you to join us. See your enthusiasm as well. Hold on, what else do I need? This is crazy. Oh, that's right. Start the show. Okay, so here we go. Folks, I'm going to try something homegrown. I need a longer coupler nut. Let's see what I can do here. Hold on. choose. Anyway. Okay, so there we go. No. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Left that tool in the of the tool sailing. In case you're wondering what I'm trying to do. Besides have a heart attack, I'm too fat to bend over. God dang, I love when parts fall off the place. You did. You did not. Come on, baby. Do the twist. I'm going to try and do get this boogered up, get this shaft to try and go in here like so. I don't think that's going to work. Guys, all I had to do is go with a right hand thread instead of a left one. 6mm 1.0 pitch on thread. That's all I had to do. You know what, folks? I think I'm all talk. At this point in time, it's a dangerous operation. It's nighttime. My concentration is down to 50%. I don't want to break anything. This isn't exactly a masterpiece, but I've been working on it for some time, and I have my heart and soul into it. What is Jason Wampler trying to do? Jason Wampler is me, the guy talking on the video. Guys, I'm not the origin of these ideas, but I'm thinking to myself, you know, people who are in the business of welding, you know, they want 3 things. They want a satchel, heavy welding machine, and of course the satchel is like a wire feed welder, like for just regular wire feed welder, wire feed welders, garden variety, guys who go around and wire feed everything, aluminum or steel or brass. I don't know how brass works. I may be talking out of turn, but something that weighs a little bit less than a duffel bag for your shoes that you can fling over your shoulder and think, wow, I could go weld anywhere. I could play tennis. I could be with the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, and be eating caviar, looking forward to lime jello, and I have a portable welder with me. The principle being, I want to figure out how to convert this. If it's driven and not being powered up and driving, I want to figure out how to generate 120 to 240 AC current as far as controlling the safety factor of making something like that. I'll be in charge. As far as making something like that actually work, I'll ask my good brother, well, they're all brothers. I'll talk to somebody else. Anyway, maybe Donnell Dixon. Shout out to Donnell and Robin Dixon and their kids. I don't know where they are, but I sure do miss them. So I'm not doing this for punishment either. Although, for some of the kids, the parents are forced to watch the show. It probably is. Oh my goodness, I cannot. You know, you guys. Oh word. One of the things you want to be careful about is with these windings, you don't want to break the circuit of a winding wire. I'm not sure how many groups of winding wire manufacturer uses, but usually they use, and you know, from 62 to it's 32 to 64 windings before they move on to the next field. And the materials, you know, they're, you know, God, now see, I'm doing crazy things. I'm saying crazy things. See, this is why I need to shoot these videos at 5 o'clock. Let me try something else. Let me try something with little film. Of course, it's over there. Of course. Folks, what I'm trying to do is make this a driver and make this a driven generator. Portable generators or portable welders and portable inverter welders that work very well have a gasoline engine. Well, what if you're in a tight space, you're in an upscale neighborhood or an upscale building or a historical site? You can't run a gas motor indoors all the time. So this is an electric motor. As mentioned, I'm going to put the cover on, retrofit the capacitor because it's big and ugly. Then conjoin these two and figure out how these wires would go to a raw panel. I would want to go for 120 and 240. Offer the users 120 and 240 stick welding voltage. Stick welder's voltage at 60 hertz at about, well, roughly 1,000 amps, something this size. So, so we could do something like that. So that's what I want to do. You know what? Besides the wiring diagram and figuring out where to put these in the plug-in, the positive and negative plug-in leads for oh no. Oh wait a minute, to figure this out, to give this welded and up to someone who can actually use it because they don't know how to weld. Isn't that awful? Don't tell anybody. I'm not kidding. So what I am going to do to dress up this motor, it does have a couple of handy-dandy features. And one way or another, we're going to get this snout machined properly. If I can't do it myself, I'll get a machinist to do it. I'll tell him what I need. But it just does not look like we're going home for three. Anyway, you didn't hear me say that either. I'm sorry. Shucks. I have one other idea, but I don't know if it'll work. And I'd have to look in a lot of different places for it. If I go that far, I might as well go with McFadden, Duffy. There's, McFadden, not Duffy. That's an inside joke. Okay, so here's what we got. You join this to this. Figure out how, oh God, it's already set up. Figure out how to set this up to a panel. You plug power on it. When this is running, the regulators realize that and they'll control the flow of voltage to this. This is stick voltage, so I guess we'll just use the black and the black and white. No, excuse me, the black and red, and we'll join them with the white. Anyway, wait. I think the black and the red together. But two was that lady was just sitting there watching me, seeing if I'd screw up and say something patriotic. I don't know. I mean, could it be that easy? Get this to a miniaturized Ocean 4-prong with twist, install, and lock. I'm so close. I just cannot believe. And I can't believe that other people haven't thought of something like this. This is basically what the generator set will look like. I've learned something too. Keep my mouth shut, don't speak, and let's not do that. Because I don't want to make myself look more stupid than I already am. Okay, so we're going to join this with this. We've got these 3 wires. Let me just explain left-handed threads. You just got to love them. If you're right-handed threads, I can just run this in right now, be done with it, then worry about connective structural support and a cage or a basis or a box for this particular bad boy. Has a reasonable overall profile as well. Anyway, longer coupler nut. I think I might end up. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Because engineers, they have to come up with solutions to problems, and they need to solve problems. Yeah. Now the vision's popping up ahead. I gotta wrap it up at this point, folks. She's about ready to take down the open sign. I want to get my hair trimmed one last time before I die of laughter talking to people like you. So, hey guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Folks, if there's somebody out there who's going to make me look like an absolute ape shit, you go right ahead. Leave a freaking comment. Say as much as you want. It's absolutely positive events. As much as you want. I don't know why people make free speech such a big deal. It's U.S. constitutionally guaranteed state of rights. It's not a privilege. anybody is, well, anyway, I'll keep my mouth shut on that too. See, I'm getting into religion and politics. Religion of emotionality and politics. I don't know. I guess you're used to being ignored. Anyway, I know I am. So this little guy here, I was going to compare the size of the capacitors. This is a continuous run duty capacitor. It actually put out about roughly 3,200 watts. It can handle 3,200 watts. And anyway, okay, so from now on, don't put capacitors so big inside the tool. So we got this and this. That's it. I'm pushing my luck. Hey guys, this has been another episode of the Wampler Engineering Minute. If you have hit the like, hit the subscribe button, leave some obnoxious foul-mouthed contents, and tell me what the hell to do with this stupid. Is that it? I think it was the other end. You know what? This is case hardened steel. Why the hell am I even worried about it? Okay, Jason Wampler, the Wampler Engineering Minute. I'm your host. Tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or Pacific Daylight Time or whatever in the world you want to call it, we're going to do another episode. See you then. Wait a minute. We're still recording.